everyone, my name is Giana Darling and I am a best-selling romance novelist. I am here today to take you through a day in the life of a romance novelist during a release day. So today I released this beauty. It is about Aaron Boner Clare and Blue Cavendish, and look at how pretty he is. This is the male cover. It also has a discreet cover and it will have a female cover as well, which I have not revealed yet, and I will reveal it a week after release. But this is my release date for this beautiful book. It is a standalone in my Fallen Men series. It's 7.5 or number 8. I'm calling it number 8 now, even though I originally said it was a novella, but as you can see, it's actually quite long. It's 86,000 words. And the industry standard for a romance novel is like 60 to 80K. So it's like a novella for Giana because usually my books are quite thick. The last book in this series, Caution to the Wind, was 165,000 words, which is very, very long. I'll actually show you one sec. So this is the difference. You can see here. But this book is incredibly long, and this one is industry standard length, and Giana Darling a little bit shorter. But anyway, it does pack a wallop. If you haven't read it yet, pick it up. It's in Kindle Unlimited for free, and discreet paperback and the mailed paperback are live as well. I do have plans for audio, but I don't actually have a date yet for when it will be released, so I will tell you guys that. You can subscribe to my newsletter or follow me on Instagram, and that's where I will announce when the audiobook will be live. I'm very excited. Boner is actually Latino, so we've got a Latino narrator. And Blue is a curvy heroine in this, which is fabulous and so much fun to write. She really is all about like body positivity, and Aaron / Boner absolutely adores her. And there's a scene in here that's one of my favorite sex scenes I've ever written, where it's just very empowering. Blue basically puts on a show for him on top of a pool table. And it's so fabulous. So this is what I released today. It's the morning. You probably hear this sizzle of bacon in the background. I was supposed to go on a motorcycle ride with my husband for brunch, and then we pulled over for gas and the motorcycle stopped working. So it's being towed to Harley Davidson right now, and I'm on my own for breakfast and for the rest of the day. I've got lots to do. Release day is a really hectic day, mostly just responding to an overwhelming amount of like tags and comments and shares. So I will be doing that. I will be glued to my phone for most of the day. But as you can see, when I toggle into my like Instagram account, you can see all of these are new tags for release. There is a ton of them. Yeah, I could keep scrolling. So there's so many. So I want to get back to everyone. I try to get back to absolutely everyone with a comment, and that's on Instagram and on Facebook, and then there's also TikTok. So it's a big day of just kind of responding to people and thanking them for supporting me. I also have a TikTok live later today with Kelly Reynolds. If you guys did not join us by the time this is live, I think you can go back to Kelly's channel and you can watch it there. We'll be talking about all things Fallen Men, which is really exciting. This book does end on a bit of a cliffhanger. So not a cliffhanger, but like there's a lot of unanswered questions, and it really sets things up for the next books in the Fallen, which is really exciting. The next book, which will be Fallen Men 9, is going to release in 2025. So there's a little bit of a wait, but not too much. And I have lots of other good stuff in store for the rest of the year and until then. So I'm gonna get to work on my breakfast, and then I'm gonna get to work, and I'll take you along with me. Got my breakfast. I always make scrambled eggs, they're my favorite. Also, I'm going to show you guys, I did a Bookish photo shoot for release day. So I posted one of the photos today on the back of my man's bike with my man holding Asking for Trouble. It turned out really cute. I have a bunch more photos from that day. We did a shoot in Beacon Home Park here, and it was so beautiful. It was warm and sunny, and there were willow trees and a pond and ducklings and peacocks, and it was incredible. So I'm going to show you some of that because I think it's really cool to take you along on that journey. I did it the other day, and I just got the photos back in time for release day today. So I'm going to yeah, show you some of that footage. Hopefully you think it's as cool as I do. I always have a mood board and everything to go over with my photographer, Paige, who's absolutely lovely, and she takes all the wonderful, good photos on my Instagram account. It's a little Romeo cameo. We're just rushing, so I gotta get going, but I will take you. We're going to the park, and I'm meeting my photographer who's done a bunch of shoots with me before, and my husband's there with the bike, and it's gonna be so good. This is my lovely photographer, Paige. She's absolutely the best. All the photos on my Instagram that are actually beautiful are because of her. Okay, that's a wrap. I had the best time with Paige. She's so remarkable because I am not the most natural model, and so it's really lovely because she really directs you. And I always send her a Pinterest board where with like ideas and inspo, so while we're shooting, she can be like, okay, let's try this one, let's try this, let's do a spin on this. And we went to Beacon Hill Park, which is so lovely. You know, there was a pond, there's willow trees, which, as you know, are so special for Inked Lies, Nova and Lila. It was really hard because the things that are prominent in asking for trouble are kind of hard to find in terms of settings. So, you know, like a bar with a bunch of neon signs, or a mechanic shop, or a cute gas station. Those things, like, I don't really have where I live. So, I mean, we have mechanic stores and we have bars, but like not cute ones that would have worked for asking for trouble. So I just did some kind of generic cute photos for that, but they turned out so great, and I can't wait to share them with you guys. Maybe by now I will have shared them with you guys, but yeah, just so much fun. I really love doing this for my releases, my cover reveals, because I feel like it's just very evocative, and you know, I love aesthetics so much. They're my favorite. So I did a couple outfit changes, so you can see, and a couple different settings, and I can't wait to get the photos back. Paige is a genius. All of the wonderful photos that she's taken on my feed, I'm obsessed with. We did some with the motorcycle, obviously, with Hayden, and yeah, so that was kind of the process of going out to shoot with Paige for a Bookish photo shoot. Okay, so I just spent about an hour going through Instagram because there's so many takes and shares. It's absolutely remarkable. It never stops getting old seeing just even one person share about my words. Reading good reviews is something that I kind of struggle with a little bit. I actually used to read bad reviews a lot, only the bad reviews, which was silly. Honestly, if you're an aspiring author, please don't do that. It's a very masochistic tendency because obviously there's a sense of like you're being so vulnerable with people and you want to know if that vulnerability resonates. And obviously sometimes it doesn't. And especially for me, the kind of books that I write, you know, like Asking for Trouble is a dark MC romance. So there's themes in there, there's graphic violence, there's criminal activities. Usually the fallen men are age gaps. This is forbidden in a different way, which is a spoiler, so I will not share why. But the kind of books that I write are obviously going to be triggering to people, so I had to learn to accept and be okay with the fact that my books are not for everyone. So I used to read bad reviews and they would make me physically ill, and I would sometimes vomit because I was so upset. And now I don't do that, thankfully. And I find it much easier for the negative criticism to kind of roll off my back. But it is actually its own difficulty to read good reviews because it just feels so overwhelmingly beautiful. It's kind of hard to contain all that emotion inside your chest. So I do often feel overwhelmed on release day. I also should say that I just don't have expectations when I release a book. It doesn't matter how many times I release a book, I write it for me, and that's kind of the hack that I have in terms of like mental health as an author and even just as an artist. I write for myself, and if I love it, then that's good enough for me. Even if it doesn't do well, at least I loved it. So I always kind of am slightly detached. My husband was making fun of me yesterday, and he was like, you're a little bit of a psychopath, because I just don't have an emotional investment in how well a book does on the day. Not to say I don't want it to do well, but I won't be upset if a book doesn't do well because I loved the story. So that's how I've kind of configured my emotional landscape around release day. So I actually find release day really fun and invigorating, exhausting just in that you're go, 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 you do interviews, you do lives, you respond to thousands of messages and comments and tags, etc. It is a really fun experience to have a release day, and I'm always pleasantly surprised because I have zero expectations by every book that comes out. And especially with Asking for Trouble, the early reviews were absolutely glowing, and that really, I'm gonna say that surprised me, just because, I mean, I love Boner and I love Blue, but Boner is definitely a side character in the Fallen Men series. People weren't chomping at the bit for his story, and he kind of took me by surprise when I was writing him. He ended up being such a magnetic, charming, hilarious man with this just kind of hidden depth where he is incredibly serious only in the capacity of loving and protecting his people. And I really enjoyed writing both Boner and Blue because they deal with a lot of really tough subject matter and trauma, and yet they both use comedy and positivity as defense mechanisms. And I really love that because I think a lot of the time you see broken heroes and heroines be really cold and angry and closed off to the world as a defense mechanism. And hey, don't get me wrong, that is a defense mechanism and it happens a lot, but there's a lot of other ways to cope with trauma. And I really enjoyed writing how Blue and Boner cope with it because honestly, I do that sometimes. I feel like I hide behind my humor when I'm feeling uncomfortable or sad, and it helps. So yeah, it's been really wonderful to read the reviews. A lot of people are saying that Aaron/Boner is taking over the #1 spot in the Fallen Men books from Nova, from King, from Zeus, and that's just like mind-blowing. So I'm really happy about that. I do have to say, I think that there's a purity to this story and the way that they love each other that really does resonate. There's some of my favorite scenes in this book. I love it when he spells something out for her in alphagetti. I thought that was so cute, and he's definitely an acts of service king, which is always really fun to write, especially because I find that men are not necessarily naturally huge romantic gesture people, and really it's Boner's bread and butter. So it was fun to write about that. I will remind everyone that there will be a bonus epilogue that goes out in my newsletter for the mail paperback. So it'll go out in my newsletter, then it will be added to the ebook, and then it will also be in the mail paperback. There's a different bonus epilogue in the discreet cover, which I don't have a physical copy of yet. And there is a different bonus epilogue in the girl cover, which will be revealed a week after release. So 3 different bonus epilogues, really fun. I will say, people always ask me, where are the bonus epilogues? What if I can't buy all 3? Whatever. I am actually in the process of redoing my website, which I've mentioned before, and I will have the bonus epilogues on my website. You just have to sign up for my newsletter and then they'll be delivered to your inbox. So that's really exciting for people who feel like they have missed some of the bonus epilogues from not just The Fallen Men, but my other books. Also, how cute is this little mug? It's got a Jane Austen quote, and then that's my friend Becca. She made this for me. That's both of us. It's me, obviously, and that's my friend Becca. But anyway, so I'm having my decaf coffee. I stopped drinking coffee, drinking caffeine, pardon me, but I cannot stop drinking coffee, so, because I love the taste, so decaf it is. I finished doing some Instagram stuff, so I'm going to film some TikTok soon. I have my live on TikTok with Kelly Reynolds a little bit later. I might consider doing a live in my Facebook group later today, just spur of the moment. Though sometimes I like to give them, my readers, a few days to read the book so that, you know, we can talk about spoilers. And then I also have to upload the bonus epilogues to my newsletter, or to my website. I have to send the bonus epilogue to be in the newsletter to the woman who runs my newsletter. So there's a bunch of admin stuff that I have to do today. I'm also going to walk my puppy dog. We just had a nice little cuddle session while I was scrolling through Instagram. And I actually also have some edits that I have to do for my Montlake book, which is a mafia romance. So it's been a really tough lead up to release because I've had these edits for my Montlake book, getting the Montlake book turned in, and prepping for release, and I got really sick with COVID and I had to push the release a week because I was absolutely knocked on my bottom. So it's been a bit of a hectic lead up, but I got the photos done, as you can see, and they turned out beautifully, and I'm just happy that Asking for Trouble is out in the wilds now. Okay, so you can see these are still some of the notifications that I have to get through. So there's quite a few. Just gotta take some kettle breaks. Also, of course, I'm watching Pride and Prejudice because I'm obsessed with it. Okay, it is super, super windy, so I'm sorry about the wind noise, but I am out for a beautiful walk with my Madre and my dog to stretch my legs and, you know, get away from the glare of the computer screen for a minute. Very handsome man who kind of comes to her rescue, and they end up having a night full of shenanigans, running away from these criminals, and it turns out that they have a much deeper bond than they thought and a much deeper history tying them together than they ever could have known.
That was beautiful. Listen.
Okay, I had a little outfit change so that I can match the blue. And I just did a really fun TikTok live with Kelly Reynolds, who is a longtime Fallen Men fan. She actually has a tattoo of cherries on her ankle for Zeus and Lulu from Welcome to the Dark Side. I love doing lives with readers. It's so much fun to talk to them about why they love the book and their insights into the world, and it's just so fun. So I did that. I always get super hot doing lives, so I'm like very much overheated right now. I am going to now get back to responding to comments and tags. I am gonna check on my Discreet paperback because for some reason the mail paperback went live right away and the Discreet is still in review, which is really annoying. That's the one thing about publishing on Amazon as a self-published author. You can't do a pre-order, which I didn't do with the paperbacks, which I did last time, and I was upset I did it because I wanted to publish it early, and you can't publish a pre-order early after a certain point. But this time it's annoying because even though I published it a day early, it's still in review. It can be in review up to 72 hours. So if you are doing a live release, we call it, you can publish it like the day before and it might not go live for the full 72 hours. Actually, when I was doing Good Gone Bad, I released it the day before Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving. I'm Canadian, so it just did not occur to me that that might not be a good time to do it. And it was a terrible time to publish, and it took a full 72 hours, I think even more than that almost, to publish the book, which was very stressful. So anyway, hopefully the Discreet paperback is live soon, and I can get that out there for readers. And I actually am going to organize a little bit more. I'm gonna order one more art card that my friend Sarah made because I do have swag packs for Asking for Trouble. So it'll be both the Discreet cover and the mail cover. And we have these really fun, they look like leather bubble mailers that say, "Are you ready to patch into the fallen?" So we have those, and then we've got some like stickers, temporary tattoos, bookmarks, art card, some fun goodies inside to send to some influencers and my content creator team, which I'm very excited about. Those will be going out next week. So I have to get those a little bit organized today. And yeah, it's time to get back to work. I'm starving. I don't think I ate lunch, which sometimes happens when I'm super busy, like on release day. So I'm having a snack because my husband's at soccer, and I'll wait for him to get home. And then I think I'm gonna make pizza because it's my release day and I can do what I want, and I wanna make homemade pizza. But I love melon and prosciutto. It's my favorite snack in the whole entire world. So I'm treating myself, and I am going to watch a rom-com while I continue to do some work. I'm gonna just keep going through comments and tags and stuff. I'm mostly on top of it, but there's still some that I haven't got to, so I will keep doing that. I'm currently at 115 on Amazon, and number 5 in Movers and Shakers, and number 1 in Action and Adventure Romance, which is all really great. I hope that we break into the top 100, but Amazon is taking a really long time to update today, it's only showing 8 reviews. Like it's only populating 8 reviews, and sometimes it just lags really badly, and it's obviously a laggy day today. But let's hope I break into the top 100. That would be awesome. If I don't, that's totally okay too, especially because I don't spend that much money on ads. It's something that kind of terrifies me, and I'm actually working up to it. But I'm just so grateful to have readers that are so amazing and spread the word and love this series to bits just as much as I do. So it's been a good release day. I'm really happy with it, and I'm gonna kind of rest and relax for the rest of the evening. I got everything I needed to do done today. I've got a series of interviews for the rest of the week. Release week is always really busy with like lives on TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, and I also have a wedding this weekend, so I've got lots of stuff going on, but I'm just so happy that Asking for Trouble is out in the wild. So I'm gonna make pizza and hang out with my husband when he gets home, and right now I'm gonna go back to work, and actually I'm gonna watch Schitt's Creek. That's what I'm gonna watch. But anyway, thank you so much for spending release day with me. If you have any questions, let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe below.